It's the beginning of time of the Radio Control podcast. If dinosaurs were still around, they'd listen to it. It's Abi and Dave live from Abby's office.
Welcome. Oh, God, welcome. Hi, Abby.
Hello, Dave.
Welcome to the RC podcast, episode number 3.
Pilot episode.
The first ever third episode we'll do. Did you make tape sandals?
No.
So, welcome out there on Video Land as well. You can catch us on iTunes. You can catch us on
The Flip Side.
YouTube, and you can catch us on the flip side. You can catch us. Remember that show, Flip Side?
Never watched it, but it was
Like,
around.
Hip news, like news that the kids can use.
You
can catch us on
Facebook,
Control 994.
Twitter.
But to be honest, if you're listening, you probably already know that.
Good job.
Well done.
Radiocontrol.org.nz.
Yeah. Good. We got all that out of the way. I hit my elbow, and I hit my finger.
Yeah. What did you hit your finger on?
On a basketball, I think. I don't really know. It didn't hurt. And I've got all these cuts and things. My right hand's a mess at the moment.
Real ugly.
Real ugly. How you been?
Pretty good. Good. Bit sick, but you know.
Yeah, I think we both got a little bit of a
Yeah.
one of those. Hey, guess what happened? Fred Phelps died.
Yeah.
Awesome, eh? No, you never no. It's,
You know.
but no, he wasn't a very nice human being. But you never want people to die,
Yeah.
because who knows? He could have come right.
I don't think so.
Oh, I very much doubt it. But every human has the capacity.
Yeah.
So you don't want anyone to die.
So who was Fred Phelps?
He was the patriarch and founder of the Westboro Baptist Church, which infamous for picketing people's funerals and being very homophobic or very anti-homosexual.
And soldiers.
Yeah, they picket dead soldiers' funerals. Basically, they believe that God's judgment happens for everything that, every single thing that if someone died, then God wanted them to die, and so they're happy that that person died because it's them, it's God's sort of will or whatever. It says what he wanted to happen. So, because I watched a couple of documentaries on them. Is he like the world's most hated family, America's most hated family? It's probably the world's as well, but it's a guy called Louis Theroux. I watched all of his stuff anyway, and he did one on them, and he ended up actually revisiting them as well. And a few of the members had defected. The younger members had decided I wasn't into this.
Yeah,
which makes sense. And just had a look inside, and it's remember them saying it's sort of they rejoice in all of God's judgments.
that's weird.
Yeah, it's very much like one family kind of thing,
Yeah.
I think it's it's frustrating, but it's not a threat to anyone apart from offending people.
Yeah, I guess so, eh?
Because they're going to keep it in the family. They look ridiculous to everyone that isn't one of them. They're just going to die out. It's not like their cause is growing. It's not like people see all the media about them doing all these horrible things and say, that's the church for me. So
yeah, true.
Eventually the family, there's families who eat dinner at 4 p.m. and you think, oh, they're crazy. But, they're not hurting anyone with it, and they're not going to pass it on. Everyone else thinks they're crazy.
Yeah. Just like that. Okay. Because they picketed outside Lord's show.
Yeah.
And And other people,
Lord encouraged people to wear colours.
Rainbow colours.
Which is funny to say, hey, come to my concert and wear all different colours, because that's what a concert is. People will wear all different colours.
Yeah.
I think she meant rainbows.
Yeah.
It just amuses me, like, wear a colour. Yeah, I was
Let's
going to.
splash out.
I can't not wear a colour.
Ouch, you're mean. But then a group of people also made a sign that said, sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
And they talked to one of the girls who made it, and they said, no point being negative. What they're doing, their signs and stuff, it brings people together anyway, because people don't really agree with it. So people are always like, yeah, fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they were like, well, it brings people together, even if it's in a different way.
And yeah, it brings people together
and
in
then
opposition.
The guy, one of the leadery guys of the church was like, oh, I don't know what they're talking about.
What do you mean?
With the sign, we're sorry for your loss. We don't understand that.
No, because they're fine with it.
Yeah.
It's God's
But
judgment.
it was just funny that he's like, no, don't understand.
Yeah, but hopefully it spells the end of, the beginning of the end for the group. Although he wasn't doing much really anymore.
Yeah.
He had kind of become this face that didn't, this name and this face that really didn't do much, because his daughters are the ones that go for it, They're the ones on the news and things, and yeah, so...
There was rumour that Slayer was going to protest at his funeral. They said, no, we're not.
No.
And also, the daughter said, he's not having a funeral.
No, of course he's not, because it'd be chaos.
And there was a hoax thing saying that the church had asked people not to pick it, but it was just made up. They hadn't asked that at all. But I read that and I was like, fuck you guys. I got really angry, but then it turns out it was actually just a joke.
So it's okay, you can pick it at the funeral.
I suppose so. But then there's all this on the internet saying, you shouldn't really pick it at his funeral.
Nah, of course not.
Even though they pick it at, like, dead soldiers' funerals.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, but that's...
Oh, a confusing time.
Yeah, but that was in the news.
It was.
Yeah. It is news.
So.
Yeah.
Another news. Still really haven't found the airplane.
No, yeah. They don't really know. Still.
Don't know.
And I think they said something. I heard the other night that the black box thing, that records all the flight details. They can only last like a month or something.
Yeah.
Like 28 days, and then they are pretty much gone.
I don't know.
So.
They've found bits and pieces that are like, maybe, probably not, could do.
Yeah, it's quite a big space.
What's a rigmarole?
Yes.
We were talking about aeroplanes going down at dinner last night with my family.
Yeah.
And Hanny, my sister, had just watched a documentary thing. And this one airplane once had been hit out of the sky by like an airplane gun.
Yeah. Beautifully
and,
said. Yeah.
The pilot was like, don't put your life jackets on. And everyone did it. And then the airplane went into the water. And they all just floated to the top of the airplane and couldn't get out. Made me laugh.
People gotta listen, eh?
But you would be like, nah, screw this, we're going in the water.
Yeah.
I'm putting it on. And then you get into the water and you go float, float, float. Oh, there's something stopping me. It's the top of the aeroplane.
Oh, now I'm trapped against it.
Here
and
I
underwater.
go.
Ugh.
Yeah, freaky, eh?
Yeah.
But a little bit funny. Not funny, but a little bit funny. If you imagine it being a cartoon, it's funny.
More plane, because this is turning into a plane podcast now.
Yeah.
If last week's anything to go by as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
But this is news. This is more real news.
Yeah.
Syrian plane was shot down over Turkish air space.
Yes.
2 Syrian planes were approaching Turkish airspace. They got told many a time to turn back.
Stop it.
One did, one didn't, and about 1 point something miles into the airspace, they shot it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go where you're not meant to.
Yeah, pretty much. That's basically that entire story
Yeah.
there. But let's not have a war, eh?
Yeah, nah.
I'm not in the mood.
Do what you want, but don't be a dick.
Yeah. It's our motto for today, wasn't it?
Yeah, when I'm going to run for... I was first going to run for Prime Minister, but you have to have a degree for that, or, like, they recommend you have a degree.
Recommend.
And I don't want to.
No.
So then I wanted to be mayor. And I think that's still a possibility, but it's going to take a bit.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty terrible candidates for mayor in Palmerston North.
Do you think I'd be good
I think
as?
you're already beating a lot of them.
I think I'd be great mayor.
You probably you have to be 18, I think.
I'm 19.
I know. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm there. If that's the only thing stopping me. I'd want to wear that big ass necklace.
Gordon the dinosaur often runs for local bodies.
Oh, cool.
So if you're keen,
So keen.
get into the suit. The thing is, you need birth certificate, some sort of records of some ID.
Oh, and Gordon doesn't.
Gordon, his documents got held up in his birth country.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs are slow on those things.
Yeah. The post from the island doesn't
Really
get
get
here
there.
very quick. So.
Oh, I would love to be the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'd do. Probably wouldn't do anything.
You need a good campaign
And
outline.
and my campaign going like this. I'd love to be mayor. I probably won't do anything. Let's
Probably
change it.
Yeah, if you are going to be mayor, you might need us to get rid of this recording.
Ha! Yeah, because they'll find it, eh?
They'll find it. They'll dig up the dirt. That's what they do.
They do it. The media.
Do
Do you know who would dig up this story? Radio Control.
Radio Control. First
But
on the
also,
scene.
just another quick thing about that. I'd have to wait a while, eh? Because it's just been the vote times.
I think so, but you can. Prime ministerial elections are coming up, but you need to get into a party and then get to the head
Yeah,
of
that's
that
what
party.
it was. And I have to give a degree.
Maybe.
Could we have the Radio Control party and call it the Party?
There's been a party.
Oh, I thought I was being original.
No, it was old mate Kim.com.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I thought he was the internet party. And he was just having a party.
I think he changed. Oh, maybe, yeah. Who knows?
Is
what
he
that guy's
running
up to.
anymore?
No, I don't think so.
I was talking about that, and I don't think it would be a bad idea.
I do, very much so.
I think he's a genius.
Yeah, but he's not a politician.
Oh, no, he's not. But he doesn't need to be the politician. Someone else can do that for him, and he can just be like, yay, these are my ideas. He doesn't really talk like that.
Yeah. Politicians, or in other words, ministers.
Minister.
Yep. To be the prime minister,
Oh,
you have to be the best one.
I'm the best one.
Yeah, exactly. You'll get it.
Cool.
Maths teacher in America, I
Yeah.
can't tell you exactly where, rather than threatening to give his kids detention,
Cone of shame.
no,
Oh.
not even the cone of shame, threatened to give away spoilers to Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be a good
Do you
idea.
reckon that's more effective? Can you think of any other effective, alternative punishments than detention? Because, to be honest, when I was at school, detention really didn't scare me. Mainly because they handed them out very, very rarely, so you had to get to a certain level, and you never were at that level.
At detention, I went to Cornerstone Christian School for my primary and intermediate. Detention was having to write out some Bible verses. I never got it. I was a very good child.
Yeah, same.
Detention is not a good time, but it's also not a bad time.
No.
It's more of an inconvenience than a punishment, you know? Yeah, I'd be gutted if I got spoilers.
Yeah. You think of anything? I have a feeling you want to, tailor it to the kid. Like, if this kid hates exercise, make him go run around the field.
Yeah.
If this kid is really into, like, book stuff, don't give them a book to write out. They're probably not they're going to enjoy it, but like it's not going to change much, you know.
Gotta tailor the punishment.
Yeah, if it's a sporty guy, chuck him in detention and make him write lines.
Yeah.
Something that they don't. Well, yeah, because
Dave's Guide to Punishment.
yeah, or just whack them.
Yeah, that would be my thing. I'd be good as.
Yeah, problem with threats, especially empty threats, is that you have to fulfill them once in a while to make sure they don't just start thinking you're all talk. And I don't really want to hit anyone, so...
It's quite fun, though.
Yeah, yeah. No, well, that's all they do today. That's all they can't...
No, can't do anything.
Can't do anything. Probably couldn't even get a kid to run around the field. You'd get in trouble for that as well, so...
Just can't win.
No.
I think being a teacher would be so dumb and tricky.
Tricky? I think it'd be fun. It'd be tricky.
Especially if you had dick kids.
But...
Stop being a dick, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then I'd get told off.
But kudos to the teachers out there,
Yeah.
or people wanting to be teachers, because...
You've done good.
Yeah, you've done good. It's a noble profession, and it's
The
not...
children are the future.
It's not exceptionally well paid, I don't think.
No.
So,
Teach
want to do that.
Teach them well and let them lead the way.
Exactly.
Just came up with that.
Is that all off the top of your dome?
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like I've heard it before.
No.
Louisiana State, in America, has banned tattoos, lingerie, and jewellery to be bought with welfare checks, like WINS or that sort of thing. And it's why America has the food stamp thing, so that you can't get your welfare check and then go buy an Xbox.
Yeah, true.
There is a lot of welfare fraud over there, and probably everywhere. Although, for us, it really is just a check. It's just, well, not a check, but, just some money. You just get some money. There's no real rhyme or reason as to how you have to spend it. Do you think that WINS should be doing like a food stamp thing where you have to buy food with it or necessary items?
I don't know.
Partially even, maybe?
Partially. Potentially partially. I think it depends what kind of thing you're going on.
Do you agree that tattoos should not be bought on WINS or welfare?
Yeah, it's probably. It's a little bit tricky.
It is tricky.
Circumstances.
Yeah. And if you don't spend all of your check, but you've got some spare and you get enough of that spare to be able to buy yourself a tattoo,
yeah,
is that okay? Or should you really be giving that spare back because it's not for...
I don't really think so. I think you go in there to get money because you need money, and I think that's okay. It's tricky, though.
It's very tricky.
But I see what they did there.
Yeah.
It's quite clever.
Lingeries and jewelries and kind of... I don't know. I guess
Can
they
you
are
still
all...
just buy some undies?
Yeah, what if they're slightly flashy undies?
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, that's lingerie. Well, no, it's just underwear, but they're just a little bit...
You have to buy the 5-pack.
Yeah.
Elastic top,
the
elastic
supermarket.
legs.
Yeah.
None
You
of
just do
this lace
supermarket
stuff.
vouchers for... within petrol and how do you get to your job interviews and...
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, I see what they're doing, but I think just money is all good too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. There are going to be the people who don't use it right, but if you're using it right and then it gets changed, it's like, I reckon. I don't know. Crazy though.
Yeah.
Kind of clever.
Kind of clever. Americans have kind of been trying to get on top of welfare fraud for a long time.
Well, you would, wouldn't you?
Yep.
When you're a big-ass country.
And when there's people treating it wrong, you gotta.
One spoils it for many.
Mm-hmm.
I had something to talk about.
Yeah.
That video, First Kiss. Have you seen it?
Yeah, and the many...
ones that come along with it.
Yeah.
Yes. I was talking about that because it's come out that it was for an advertising. Well, it's not even come out. It's always been for an advertising for a clothing...
What was it? Clothing label.
Clothing line, yeah. And it turns out that all those strangers were actually models.
Yeah, they're all models.
And people were saying, well, would people still love it and would it still have gone viral if they weren't beautiful people.
Yeah, did you see the Vice's one?
Where it was like London people.
Yeah, but just people off the
Yeah,
street.
yeah. It was crack up.
That was more interesting to me.
Yeah.
Especially now knowing that is real and the other one wasn't. But even without that, it would seem like more of a real thing.
It's just quite funny. And all the ones, yeah. Now there's this one that's going a little bit viral, is a first hug, a homophobe hugging a gay person.
Yeah.
That one's quite funny to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were achieving, but now I do that it was advertising.
Advertising.
Was that for that? No, I said that for the hoverboard. It was like, well, what are they advertising?
Yeah,
sorry to bring them up again.
Still don't know what they're advertising.
No, but everything is an advertising thing, So yeah.
But that video went huge. That first kiss.
Yeah, it really did. It sparked many a remake.
But it was all just a lie.
Well, it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't.
They were just not strangers.
Well,
they probably
they were
even.
strangers, but they knew that was going to happen. Oh, but then
But so did the people. Yeah. See, it's just that the people were more beautiful than you'd expect.
I suppose so, eh?
That was all it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
all good then.
yeah.
I don't feel robbed anymore.
Check out Vice's one.
Yeah,
though.
it's crack up.
I recommend that one. It was fun. And you reckon this one? Do you know what yours was called?
No.
You'd be able to find it.
Yeah.
First homophobe hug or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I haven't seen that one. That sounds pretty good. There are libraries, or there is a library in London,
Yeah.
where you can check out humans for them to tell you their stories.
Huh.
What do you think of that?
Yeah.
I don't think you actually check them out as in take them home,
Yeah.
but you can go there and you can rent a person to just talk to, kind of like a therapist, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's more you talk to these people who have gone through adversity, or they might actually be disadvantaged people in the first place, and how they look at life and what struggles they've been through and how they got through them.
That's quite funny.
It's interesting, eh? I feel like YouTube is that though,
Ha. Yeah.
but being able to actually conversate with someone and ask them questions that you want to hear and things like that is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
I just thought that was a little bit of an interesting...
It is a little interesting. You did good with that one.
Yeah. Also, coconut crabs, an update. Remember we
Yeah.
talked about them? You saw one on the rubbish bin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently they might have... Do you know who Amelia Earhart is?
Yeah.
The
Where's she?
Yeah, where's she?
With you in
exactly.
Malaysia, eh?
Yeah,
Ooh,
possibly.
Too soon.
Apparently, and I don't know how they've possibly got to this conclusion.
Yeah.
But coconut crabs may have done away with Amelia Earhart's remains. Because they eat like fleshy fruit.
No!
Right? The crabs do, and they have been known to eat rats and mammals, and
Oh my gosh!
they might have eaten her.
Oh,
It's horrid, right?
it's so gross.
Yeah, I don't really know what. Just an update on
Where
coconut
did you
crabs.
find that?
Oh, I got my sources.
That's so horrific. Coconut crabs are so ugly, and now I'm afraid.
They wouldn't. A live human, they wouldn't be able to manage to get through. But when you're not putting up much of a fight,
Oh, Amelia, yeah.
poor Amelia.
But how did they think that? Wasn't she never, or her aeroplane was never found in her?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know the story well enough to know if that's even possibly plausible.
I remember there was an episode of, do you remember that program on Nickelodeon? It was a game show, Legend of the Hidden Temple.
Oh, hell yes.
Loved that.
show.
I was so stressed when they'd run through the temple and if they didn't have a token and the man caught them and they didn't have a it stressed me out. Anyway, there was an episode of Legend of the Hidden Temple about Amelia Earhart and I got afraid. I want to disappear.
Because the story is quite... Yeah, she'd done the Pacific. She'd done the Atlantic, hadn't she? She'd done the cross Atlantic. Was that the tough one?
I don't know what she did.
She'd done a few, but she was circumnavigating the globe and went down and went missing and was gone.
Gone. And Edinburgh coconut crab.
Possibly.
I just don't understand.
First-hand accounts from coconut crabs. Yeah, I saw her.
I saw a flash in the sky.
Yeah. She went down. I don't know where she went. It wasn't me. I didn't. I was with Barry.
I didn't need her.
I was hanging out by the coconuts. I didn't eat her.
I didn't eat her. We didn't say you ate her. Yeah, well, I didn't.
Who? Didn't eat her? No, I don't know who you're talking about. What? No, I didn't eat anyone. No.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Coconut crab.
Yeah.
I saw it on the internet last night, speaking of animals,
Yeah.
a naked aardvark. Well, it was born,
A baby aardvark.
and they have no hair.
Yeah.
Arthur, the program Arthur the cartoon, he's an aardvark, but they don't look anything like Arthur.
He looks more like those other things we saw with the guinea pigs with legs.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
And then when we were looking up aardvarks,
yeah.
we found a website.
Called Zooborns, like newborns, but zoo.
Oh,
Did you just get that?
yeah.
Okay. And it's basically
Newborn zoo animals.
a blog about newborn zoo animals. So if you're into baby animals
And procrastinating.
and procrastinating, which are two of my favourites,
It's such
check
a
it out.
cute site.
It's very
we
cool.
looked through it today.
I don't know if it's still updating. I didn't check that whether it's still going.
Baby
I hope so.
monkeys,
Giraffe, zebra, hippo,
Camel.
elephant, camel.
river otters.
Yep.
These cool little pigs.
Yeah. Lots of stuff.
Tree kangaroos.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a cute little thing. Little baby like eagles. Now what were they? Falcons.
Falcons,
Baby
yeah.
falcons. It was so crack up. Zoo babies.
Zooborns.
Zooborn.
Zooborns.com. I didn't check that.
Yeah.
Zooborns, you'll find it.
That's a fun one.
Some free advertising for Zooborns there.
Yeah.
What's going on this week?
Around the city.
Yeah.
Grayson Gilmore coming to Palmerston North.
He sure is.
It's going to be so good at the stomach. I'm really
it's really gonna be
excited. Because also Huff, the Jeffries and Gaines are playing too.
What a lineup.
I love all of them.
Star-studded.
Pew, pew, pew.
Oops. Bit of a yawn there.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's going to be good. And Wanganui as well. So if you're
Yeah.
either of those places. He's doing Wellington soon as well. And
Yeah, he's
all over
playing
the
at
place.
Puppies.
He's all over the place. But catch him if you can. What?
Isn't that Pokemon? Oh no, that's
No,
got to
it's
catch
Catch
him
Me
off.
If You Can's a movie.
Yeah, I never watched Pokemon. I wasn't allowed.
I was a big fan. Why?
I think Mum thought it was like Digimon. And we didn't like monsters. All good now, though.
She was worried that the pocket
It
monsters.
was more
would-
like, a family decision, not mine. Cool. Anyway,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, let's not get into it.
It's not
Clearly a.
We're good now, okay?
Clearly a sore
I can
spot.
watch what I want.
I now choose what I watch. Yeah, so that'll be fun.
You're so fun.
Yeah, he's always good when he comes.
I don't know, I've never seen him.
You haven't seen him?
Nah.
No, it's good. It's very good. Hey, guess what?
What?
Lasagna with an A.
What?
Lasagna.
Yeah. Lasagne.
Yeah, is one lasagna. Lasagne, lasagna, said the same. Is more than one. It's the plural form. You put an E on the end, it's the plural form. A on the end is one lasagna.
Is one lasagna a tray of lasagna or a piece of lasagna?
Now, I'm with you here. I don't really know, but I would say that if it's the entire piece of lasagna. So if the tray's uncut, you've got a lasagna. If it's cut into little pieces, even if it's still on the tray, you've got lasagnas with me. Or lasagna.
Lasagna. Lasagna.
No S
Yeah.
needed. Lasagna. I don't think you say it any differently, but fine. How good is lasagna?
Sometimes pretty good.
Okay, I'm a big fan of lasagna.
Do you make it?
I have, but it's never quite as good as a really good bought lasagna.
Never brought a lasagna.
Not from like don't go to the supermarket and get one you put in the microwave. I mean like you go to a restaurant or
Oh,
a
yeah.
cafe and get a lasagna. Those ones are
It's the jam.
pretty ballin'. Yep.
Boom.
You got any more quick bits?
I don't think so. Baby anteaters cling on to their mums.
They do. They ride around in the back.
And they have such long tongues.
Yeah.
I'd love a long tongue like a anteater.
They correspond with the length of their
nose things.
Nose, though,
I think if
mouth.
I had a tongue like an anteater, I'd like to be able to show people if only I want to.
What? Oh, so like you just look like a normal human, but then you're
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah,
guess
yeah.
what? And then you stick out your tongue and it's
But
like a
you
foot long.
cannot tell any other way.
Yeah.
Only when I poke my tongue out.
When you choose to
When even
indulge
only if I poke my tongue out the long way.
Yeah.
I'll have 2 settings.
Yeah.
Anteater long or just my tongue long.
2 settings. Next week we will have done the sandals.
Okay, cool.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Can you bring some tape in?
Duct tape sandals.
I'm ready to go with,
Yeah.
with this great idea. I just need some duct tape.
It'll be
We'll probably have
cracker.
some here, actually. We'll do it tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Duct tape sandals.
Ladies
They're
and gentlemen.
coming.
They're coming to the fall line.
Yeah. Also, another quick bit. We're giving away Foster the People's album this week on Radio Control.
We are indeed.
Have you listened to any of it?
Just the one we've
Suck it,
playlisted.
Come in and
Yeah, that
beach.
one.
Oh, yeah.
They're not.
People are a little bit disappointed with this album.
Are they really?
Mm.
I thought that was cool. I think people are expecting them to break out like they did last time,
Yeah.
but you can't do that twice.
Yeah, you cannot.
It's not necessarily the sort of music I listen to a lot of.
Yeah.
But I'll get down to some Foster the People for sure.
Yeah, it's all good.
And there's a lot of fans out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, tune in. Breakfast show with this gal and another gal named Sarah, and you can win. Thanks for listening.
I
watching.
was quiet, but if you're watching the video, you can see I was smiling
Yeah.
like a goat.
Thanks
but-
for listening and watching. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on iTunes, subscribe. If you're on anything else, then I don't know how you managed to get
Do what you
to this
want.
point, but do whatever you want.
Just don't be a dick.
Catch us on Facebook,
Catch
Control
us-
994. Catch us on air.
Catch a fire.
Catch a fire.
Catch us.
Catch them all.
Catch a lawnmower catcher.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Ketchup.
See you next week.
Like ketchup.
Catch up.
Yum.
Bye.
Let's talk about condiments next week.
Oh, yes. Fantastic. Yep. There you go.
Cool.
Coming up next week, condiments.
Yum.
Farewell.
Fast die Bämmer, fäll, werden die Beste.